How you guys doing today? Have you guys been going through all the footage? I haven't had the chance, to be quite honest. However, I am happy to report that I was indeed invited to the Capcom offices in order to try out Street Fighter 6. I got some footage, so I'm happy to share it with you.
Hey, what's up everybody? Late Night Sage M here because I'm putting together a very special video since I was invited out to play Street Fighter 6 by Capcom early.
All right, I had to do the bit. I had to do it. All right, listen, I'm allowed to say I look like Sage M, and that doesn't give you permission to say it, okay? Okay, here's the scoop. I did get the email. However, they told me, hey, Brian F., can you come out next week on a Tuesday to play Street Fighter? And I said, no, I can't do that. I didn't think too much about it. Now I realize, damn, I'm missing out. Juicy content creator moment right there. Big opportunity. Didn't line up for me. However, we got the word on the street. Sage M gave the official word. As people have asked, I don't mind if you watch the Street Fighter 6 footage, of course. Please just don't re-upload it by itself. If you want to drop a link to the original, that would be appreciated. So we're gonna look at it. I honestly haven't watched this video. There's been so much footage that's been dropped by so many different people. I'll just, defer you guys to look at all the other people's videos. But I want to watch it. I literally have not had the chance to watch the footage myself. So I want to do that, and I want to see what's up.
So myself and a bunch of creators were there, which was really, really cool. So a lot of other people are going to be having some footage out.
Has anyone ever actually seen Sage M do YouTube mode? It's been a long time since I've seen Sage M look into the camera. Is this how you guys feel when I do YouTube videos? When I switch from streamer mode, then suddenly go, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Brian F video. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe, and we'll get right into the action. Anyways, here I am reacting to my favorite YouTuber, Sage M.
So I didn't do Cammy trials because my thoughts were like everybody's gonna do Cammy trials. Instead, I messed around with a lot of other characters, one of which is Manon, you're seeing here. I wanted to show off her command grab. So if you pay attention to the medal levels at the top, she has new animations and more damage on her command grab and hit grab, which is a strike that she has. Look at the damage on this level 5 command grab.
Level 5. How much is it?
It's,
3,700. And I believe the health values are all out of 10,000, correct? So it's more than a third.
This is the strike version.
The strike,
also gets her medals for doing this move.
This is what I thought this was, that it was a strike. If you go for the strike mix-up, you can combo into this to build your medal level instead. Does significantly less damage, right? So level 5 of this version, 1,900. Okay, so the command grab does way more damage, but this is also a combo ender. Basically, the 50-50 is on Oki. If she goes for the command grab, you take more damage and she builds a medal level, or you get hit by the strike mix-up, and then she goes into a combo and to a knockdown, and also builds the medal level. So it makes sense that the strike version is less damage in that sense. JP looks really cool.
Was the second character I training moded a bit, and he is really cool. I think if you like zoners or tricky characters that can set up traps.
It has like a little angle to that. So he doesn't come straight down. It's like at a diagonal, which makes that very ambiguous. Well, guys, remember, you can parry. You can always hold parry. Obviously, that opens him up to do empty teleport into throw. Whenever you see super ambiguous left, right, high, low type of mix-ups in Street Fighter 6, just think you have parry. Parry is basically a block button. They should have called drive parry like drive guard or something like that. Drive guard. And then only the perfect parry would have been drive parry. I think that would have made it more clear.
And this is his regular zoning. You can see he has these little ghouls he can send out, as well as a spike on the ground. He can also fake these ghouls. So like you try to
fake ghouls
one of them, and then he just command grabs you, and then you lose a whole like 2 bricks of your.
Okay, so that is confirmed to be a command grab. I wonder if the frames will work out. So he's suggesting that you could feint this, and then because you'll be in recovery from the parry, you can go for the command grab. But that seemed
one of them, and then he just
not
command grabs
that
you,
fast.
And then you lose a whole like 2 of these ghouls.
Oh, I guess if you attempt to parry thinking that was a
like
fireball.
One of them, and then he just command grabs you, and then you lose a whole like 2 of these ghouls. Regular zoning, you can see he has these little ghouls he can send out, as well as a spike.
Yeah, this startup is very similar, isn't it?
Ghouls. So like you try to parry one of them, and then he just command grabs you, and then you lose a whole like 2 bricks of your drive gauge, and you eat.
I am definitely keen on JP. JP seems very cool.
Like, look what he does to me at the very beginning of the match when I'm just minding my own business. Like, all right, bro, I see how it's gonna be. But these 2 characters, Zangief.
There it is. That's what we're worried about, right? SPD into drive rush Oki. Drive rush medium, probably giving plus frames there. The SPD is a hard knockdown. So that means, you know, you can't really control which way you tech and just get up right there in place. Okay, what is this combo here? Jump heavy kick.
Feels great to hit, and it has really far
crouch
range.
medium lariat.
That's his regular lariat. Regular lariat.
That was scary. Standing light kick after the lariat knockdown. Drive rush. Look at this. Look at this pose. Is this not the scariest thing that you could ever see? He's just coming in like that. He's literally a Russian bear. Tick drive rush. Short jab. Crouching medium kick. Look at the spacing trap. Stand heavy kick hits Lily standing. It doesn't look even like that late of an active frame. Short jab. So he gets a combo from that, which seems pretty scary. Oh, just whiffs the SPD there. Interesting.
The EX Lariat gives you Oki as well, so you can like combo into EX Lariat and get knockdowns and stuff that are up close.
CPU Zangief is so funny. It's always been the funniest.
His buttons feel great. That's a standing medium kick. This is an anti-air super. Obviously, every time you jump, the CPU does it on reaction immediately, and you get owned.
Yeah, you can't jump at CPU Zangief, but that seems pretty dangerous in general. I don't know how much that'll come to play because Zangief has always had Lariat, which has traditionally been a very strong and easy to use anti-air because it's essentially one button. And I think the EX Lariat will now actually give really good Oki, like strike or command grab Oki. So I feel like even without the super, you're probably not going to want to jump at Zangief. So Lariat in Street Fighter 4 and 5, certain characters had certain jump-ins that could exploit it because oftentimes you could hit him on the center top of his head and sort of go over or around the Lariat hitbox beneath you and bonk him on the head because he's very tall with a hurt box. But generally, especially in 5, you just don't really jump at Zangief unless you have some kind of way to exploit the Lariat.
Into the heavy version of her club swing, and then you just get free wind off of it. You get a knockdown. Feels great. I mean, the character's
can't like use drive impact on CPU.
Like Mika or something, unless she has wind, and then she can just Condor Spire in and get all kinds of pressure. Feels
Bodied.
great. As Manon is the other character I mess around with. It's really funny. You know, I showed her earlier. I was talking about her. I thought, oh, this is a character that'll have like pokes. You know, she's like got these long limbs and stuff. Her pokes didn't feel like they were super long. She felt much more of like a mix-up character with command grab or overhead low stuff. She has a long-range slide and a long-range overhead that she can do that are really...
So Manon not really having the pokes. I would have assumed she has pokes as well. She is, I mean, she's super tall.
They were super long, have like
very
pokes,
long limbs.
Really funny.
But I'm just watching Marisa here. Marisa...
Oh, this is a character that'll have
that's Big Mama right there.
Got these long limbs.
Look at the dive punch.
Her pokes didn't feel like they were super long. She felt much more of like a mix-up character with command grab or overhead low stuff. She has a long-range slide.
Okay, launcher combo.
That she can do that are really fast.
How much damage did that do?
Stuff. She has a long-range slide and a long-range overhead that she can do that are really fast. So a very different character style than I was expecting from her. On the other hand, Marisa feels terrifying, and I actually think I like Marisa more than Manon for me personally. Some of the reasons
wall splat.
She has a plus on block advancing move in her Superman punch, which we're gonna see here.
This is plus on block. It makes sense that it's plus on block. It doesn't break DI, right? It's not an armor break move. I think without DI, that would be ridiculous. That sounds really good. Obviously, the risk here is they could just DI at any moment, but DI is very risky, and I don't know if you can DI that on reaction or not. So I'm guessing the mind game there is, does she do this move and risk getting DI'd, or do you get an itchy trigger finger, DI preemptively? Marisa didn't do the move and she counter DIs you and smokes you. Going to be broken on burnout? Oh my god, yeah, Marisa with that move when you're in burnout, you're gonna have to hold that. OD Superman punch breaks DI. Oh, right here? Oh, I guess that is DI. I hope that's how they balanced it. The OD version can break DI. If the non-OD version breaks DI, I'm for sure playing Marisa. I mean, I already plan on trying her out, but that would be kind of broken in my head. Maybe I'm wrong, but
when she jumps over me here, she's gonna like do the counter, and it auto counter into a low or an overhead or a command grab, and it auto parries stuff when you do it. So when she jumps over me here, she's gonna like do the counter, and it does that little strike in the front. That's
if she lets the counter complete, it automatically goes into the headbutt. After the recovery of the headbutt, she's still considered in the stance, and then she can go for a high-low grab mix-up. Let me make sure I have this understanding correct. I don't want to confuse myself and the audience. Okay, got it. So the counter never even activated here. When you go into the stance, it'll auto parry or auto counter. So this was an empty parry stance, and then canceled out of the stance into the command grab, secure the command grab. However, here, Upon landing, they go into the CPU goes into the parry stance, and Manon is pressing a button here so that it cancels it into the counter. So that means if Marisa is in the counter stance in front of you, that's a scary situation because you might not want to check her for going for the command grab, because then you're just gonna get bopped. Lows beat it. Okay, so there is an option. Still very scary situation to be in.
I got some Dhalsim footage because
so the one main thing I know about Dhalsim just by reading all the news on Twitter is the fact that you no longer have to input a Shoryuken plus 3 punch or 3 kick input to do his teleport, which should make using his teleport much less executionally intensive. Because basically, Dhalsim in Street Fighter V, as much shit as people give the character, he is very much a high execution character because you have to do constant instant air teleports to make the character effective, and you could easily mess that up and then end up just jumping back in the air and whiffing a button and getting counter hit and die. Now it's free to input, which could be dangerous.
I didn't know anybody there.
We'll see.
Playing this character, and I figured, why not, right? Lots of the same Dhalsim tricks you know and expect. Teleport in the front, throws.
Yes, he still has the upward angled fireball, but he also has the horizontal one. So in Street Fighter V, he had to spend EX to do the horizontal fireball with 2 hits, which was extremely strong in Street Fighter V. That made him kind of busted, right? Chase you down the entire screen, but you just couldn't avoid the left-right mix-up. Obviously, it would be less powerful in this game with drive parry, but he still has that horizontal option and it still has the tricks with the air fireball, then using normals behind it to keep you on the ground to potentially get a full combo.
Expect teleport in the front, throws my parry. I thought, oh, I see a teleport, I'll just parry it. And he kind of made me look like an idiot for it. He has lots of really cool confirms as well. He can combo his EX Yoga Flame.
Cross up teleport, short jab into Yoga Fire into a knockdown. You could have anti-aired that. His throw looks cool. I like his forward throw. Look at this. Wait, hold on. I didn't pay attention to this. Do you see how far? You're full screen away from Dhalsim if he forward throws you? What? Is this the new Ken back throw? In Street Fighter V, this would have made half the competitive community rage quit or switch to Dhalsim. But in this game, there's parry, there's drive rush, there's a lot more mobility options to close the gap, there's drive impact. So it might be with good reason that he has this, but from the Street Fighter V perspective, this is ridiculous.
Really good. I think it's really nice. Look at this combo off the slide. Level 1 afterwards, it gets to do whatever set.
Oh my goodness. Late active frame slide. That is a punish counter. That's like the crouching MK slide into what looks like back medium kick if this is Street Fighter V. EX Yoga Flame to get the launch and then combos into the level 1.
Level 1 afterwards. Man, this position is brutal.
There we go, anti-airs. Look how low to the ground he did that drill.
Man, this position is brutal.
Oh my god. You dared press a low.
So Dee Jay is probably the most fun character I training moded in the game.
Whoa, hold up. Right out of the gate. What was that?
Most fun character I training.
Big fierce punch with the punish counter. Light kick into the Sobot.
He has fakes on all of his lights that are not machine gun upper. So even his anti-air.
Yeah, Dee Jay flows very well. I think Dee Jay is the most improved character in terms of design, both visual and gameplay wise. By far, I think Dee Jay is the most improved, by far, because I was a Dee Jay hater. I did not like Street Fighter 4 Dee Jay at all. I thought he was annoying to fight against. I thought he was boring to play as. I did not like Street Fighter 4 Dee Jay at all. And playing against him sucked. He was bad, but he was so annoying. He was just like this big gimmick. He would have this gimmicky drop knee and then annoying block strings and annoying pushback on all the special moves. And his EX up kicks had annoying properties to it. You know, one of those slow moving invincible moves that you could sometimes low profile, sometimes not. It was just not fun to deal with. It was like a mini game for a bad character that you didn't want to learn the matchup for. And then he would chip you out at 30% health with doing, what was it, like super canceled into ultra. Weird character.
All of his moves just feel great. And his level 2 super is one of the coolest supers in the game, I think. His level 2 super has a rhythm to it. It's like a deadly ray. So you have to hit time all the hits, and there's 3 different versions. One that starts with light punch, one with medium punch, one with heavy punch. And the rhythm mechanic makes you get like a special follow-up and stuff.
Different versions of his super.
I had a lot of fun messing with it. And everybody I talked with there, I was like, hey, did you get the rhythm thing down? And they're like, dude, I could not. It was like really tough. This is the super. And you notice there's no like symbols above him or anything. That means he's not hitting the rhythm alongside of it.
So it sounds like there's a default level 2, even if you don't perform the deadly rave, but if you do perform it, you get some enhancements. That's fun. I mean, it'll be interesting to know exactly what it modifies, but I like the idea out of the gate. To me, it adds more personality to the character. Dee Jay is about feeling the rhythm, feeling the music, so I like that there's something like that. In fact, that was something I've always argued to do, is to add more just frame style mechanics to Street Fighter, considering the fact that the link is dead, right? Tight links, one frame links, they're never coming back. But I am a fan of adding ways to push the execution barrier, and fun ways to do that I think are things like just frames, and that sounds like an example of it.
Also wanted to mess with some characters. I figured there'd be some common questions. Dee Jay is a mix between charge and motion. I tried to see if you could mash to do hands and stuff with Honda. Nope. Same thing with Blanka. And it's a motion.
Yeah, there's no mash inputs anywhere in the game. That was something that was floating around on Twitter. All of the traditional mash moves like Blanka, Chun-Li legs, and Honda hands, they're all quarter circle motions now. I saw a discussion of how people were saying that wouldn't be that big of a change, and I kind of highly disagree with that. I don't know if I'm the odd man out for thinking that. The hand traps that people do with Honda, a lot of them involve whiffing a button, and if you get rid of that necessity, the trap becomes way more airtight. During that time, you could hit them with a move, you can jump out of the situation. It also just gives a tell if the hands are coming. I feel like that's way different than being able to just like walk up and then quarter circle forward into hands. But obviously, let's not take our Street Fighter V perspective and project it onto Street Fighter 6 entirely.
I think it's quarter circle back for me.
Quarter circle back.
This is heavy hands and stuff. I also go through Honda's move list very briefly here, just, you know, checking to make sure.
I like that Sajam's giving Honda some love. Nothing for Honda came out prior to this footage here. There was no developer matches for Honda aside from a demo, and it was two people playing who have never played Street Fighter in their life, and they were showing off Honda, but they couldn't do a single special move. So they have not shown off anything of this character on a technical level, showing what the character can actually do.
And you can see me mess with Sumo Dash a little bit there. It's like new command dash, which you can combo off of. I have a little bit of
which is it's crazy too, because he has this command dash. It's actually very different, right?
Knockdown, and then he has like a scoop follow-up move he can do out of it, which is pretty cool. I figured, again, I'm not sure how many people were going to capture Honda, so, you know, seemed like I should do a little bit of investigative work. Same thing with Blanka. Again, I wanted to see what his motions were, whether he was a mix or not.
Blanka seems interesting. I guess people are starting to change their tune about fireballs in Street Fighter 6. I felt like fireballs were incredibly strong in the betas, but Blanka was the first character where there was clearly a full screen anti-projectile move that you can do on reaction, and I feel like that was very, very strong to have. So I still feel like Blanka is a character to look out for.
Yeah, again, mix of both.
They changed that. EX Blanka Ball is not projectile invincible. It was shown in the Wooly video. Take everything I just said and throw it out the damn window. That to me was the number one thing I said, or I pointed out when I was watching the developer matches for Blanka. That was a huge plus. For the most part in Street Fighter 6, all of the auto anti-fireball moves are gone. I'm still not sure how the dry parry situation is going to work out in terms of countering projectiles. They feel very good. And I don't know how effective that's going to be against Guile. Guile is still, like, to me, the character that's going to dictate the meta. Obviously, uninformed opinion just based on the beta months ago. It felt like Guile was the character to look out for just because of his fireball game. So that still might be the case. We'll see.
I'm trying to do Rainbow Ball here, and I do Up Ball, and I realize, like, oh, Rainbow Ball is not the input I thought it was. So, you know, a little different than how he is in some of the other
What
games,
is it?
Right? See, right
Rainbow
there,
Ball is
yeah, I thought that was
half circle back. Okay. What about Blanka Chan? Do you throw it out? Down.
Training mode here with Marisa. I mentioned this earlier.
You didn't do the one thing I wanted you to do. The down punch. And I know you only had an hour and a half. I feel like that's one of those things you can time sync easily. You start throwing out the Blanka Chan doll, trying to figure out how to work with it, and before you know it, you've just killed 2 hours. And you have 0 practical setups. All right, but you're making it up for me with Marisa.
All of these are charged. Look at that swing. Not only that, but all of these like, charge moves take like an entire drive gauge on block. Like, it's absurd. That's her standing heavy kick.
Okay, like so she does heavy drive chip on block.
Whoa. That's her standing heavy kick.
That's good range. Like I'm wondering which one of these will be DI cancelable. I'm guessing most of the heavies won't. She probably has to be careful about DI.
It's like regular and
That move looks ridiculous. That's her sweep.
Absurd. That's her standing heavy kick. That's like regular and.
That's just down heavy kick. That is so fucking badass. Oh, that is so sick.
On block. Like, it's absurd. That's her standing heavy kick. That's like regular and.
So that's a charged one.
Crouching heavy kick was that sweep? Yeah.
Oh, that's the regular one. They both look badass. I love that concept for a sweep. Yeah, the dry bar is getting nuked.
Like regular and.
Yeah, look at this. Look at that dry. Did you see that? That was almost a full bar. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be her game plan. Force you to block big buttons, eat away your drive meter. If her Superman punch is armored and plus on block, I feel like she's going to be so nasty when you're in burnout. If you get in burnout and she's Superman punching in your grill, what are you going to do? What are you actually going to do? Okay, guys, if you know anyone who gave the go-ahead and played JP heavily, that's what I want to hear about. Right now, the only character I want to review on stream that I'll go out of my way to look at is JP.